Welcome back to Cocktails with Kurt. This is episode 30, where we're featuring the Jeannie Martini, otherwise known as a slightly dirty vodka martini.
Yes.
We're calling it the Jeannie Martini because that sounds better than slightly dirty vodka martini, and also it's the way my Aunt Jeannie takes her martinis, and tomorrow's her birthday. So happy birthday, Aunt Jeannie, and let's get to the drink.
Okay. This is going to be very similar to the martini we made in episode 1.
Episode 1, a long time ago.
Long time ago. Primarily the difference is it's, in this case, using Grey Goose vodka instead of gin. Really, that's the primary difference.
Well, let's talk about vodka. That's not something that we feature very often. We just don't drink a lot of it. Grey Goose is not our house vodka.
It is not. That is Russian Standard, which we've featured before.
Yeah, we like Russian Standard. I think we talked about, I think we might have featured vodka one other time. And didn't we talk about the different types of Russian Standard?
Yes, we did. I don't remember what we made, but yes.
I think it might have been the Huntsman. That's the only thing I can think of.
I think that might be right.
Okay, but that's like that's the standard Russian Standard, right? The
that
lowest
is the
level.
basic Russian Standard, yes.
Okay.
The original.
Okay, so we should say that we bought these other vodkas because we had my Aunt Jeannie visiting several months ago with my mom. They are both vodka connoisseurs.
And they were the ones who were sitting off on the side when we did the Long Island iced tea.
We did the Long Island iced tea, yes. So before we made the Long Island iced tea on that day, we did kind of a side by side.
Yeah, we had like 4.
Our experts tasted the Grey Goose, Kettle One, Russian Standard, and also
Mutiny Island vodka.
Right, we brought that back from
St.
Croix, which is delicious.
It is.
But it was funny because my mom thought that Kettle One was her preferred, but in fact, both of them, I think, selected the Grey Goose.
Yes.
So that's what we're using today.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So make me a drink.
I'm making you a drink.
Goodness.
And I'm, as is the tradition, I'm making 2, but I'm not really a fan of vodka martinis. So mine's going to be a gin martini.
Well, you're the bartender. You can do what you want.
I'm a bartender. I can do what I damn well please. All right. So, like I said, this is basically the same drink as the original, or as the gin version. So we're going to do 3 ounces of vodka.
Whoa.
And conveniently, this empties the bottle. Exactly.
Well, that's convenient.
That is very convenient. So we're gonna have to get more more Grey Goose for when your mother comes back.
Yeah.
And then half an ounce of Dolin.
This is dry vermouth.
Dry vermouth.
So I think we may have discussed this before, but generally speaking, if you go to a bar, in the outside world, assuming that we ever do that again. Anyway, if you order a martini, kind of the default is that it's a gin martini, right?
It should be.
Okay.
That's the best I can say is it should be. This is mine. And it's probably going to be whatever their well vodka is, or well gin is.
Well, sometimes people, we've been asked before when you've ordered a martini out which gin
we have been asked.
you preferred.
And
So
I will usually ask what they have.
yeah, just to make it as complicated as possible. It's the Kurt way.
Yeah.
All right, so while you're doing that, okay, so did you want to say something? Because I was going to talk about vodka.
Talk about vodka, then we got to talk about what makes it dirty.
Right. So all I was going to say about vodka is that it is a very kind of neutral, clean tasting spirit. Mm-hmm. And so when we want to infuse a spirit, usually that's our top choice. Now we've done tequila too, but we recently bought a bunch of dill for our, we were making a Russian meal. And we infused some vodka with the dill. And it was quite delicious, and it makes a
was.
good martini as well. The type of vermouth kind of varies. Maybe we can do a video on the dill martini. But just to say, we've infused vodka with a variety of things. You just have to be careful, with how long you let it sit.
And it depends on what it is that determines how long it has to sit.
Yeah.
Some things are really short. Some things will take some time.
Yeah. Anyway, discussion for another day. Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. Okay, so what makes a dirty martini dirty is a little bit of olive brine. I am only going to use about 2 bar spoons worth.
Well, that's the Jeannie way.
Yeah, that's true. It can be a very dirty. It can be slightly dirty.
And so...
And actually, I'll make mine dirty today too.
Do you know anything
a little bit more
about the origin of the term dirty? I mean, I imagine that it could be as simple as just kind of cloudying up the look of the martini.
I do not know, but that sounds as good an description or rationale as any.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Okay. Stirring it up. Oh, we should say too, one of our viewers was commenting the other day about how she doesn't have a lot of cocktail gear isn't the right word. What am I trying to say?
Tools?
Tool. Yeah, I guess. All of the stuff. So right now you're using a mixing glass and a long spoon, but really you can use any sort of glass you have at home and any sort of spoon. And really, any sort of glassware to drink from.
If you've got a pint glass, that works really nicely. It's easier if it's round, as opposed to one of those that has edges on it. But as long as you can stir the thing, that's the key. Shaking is a little bit harder if you don't have shaker tins, but it's not impossible. Then you can get into techniques where you've got stuff in one and stuff in the other, and that becomes your shake.
That seems less efficient.
Or
less effective, I guess.
It's definitely going to be less efficient. And I read something somewhere that was talking about bartending, I think in Cuba, their tradition. And there, the mojito, the only way you do it, shake it correctly, is that.
Huh. We have not yet featured a mojito.
No, we have not.
We have to wait for the mint to start growing in the cocktail garden.
Yeah. That will help.
But we'll have to keep that in mind for technique when we get to that point.
Yeah. All right.
So you can kind of tell that it does look...
It is a little bit cloudier.
Yeah. All right.
So there you go.
That's why.
Jeannie likes 1 olive.
That sounds good to me. Are you just going to limit yourself to 1 or...
No, I have 2. There we go. Jeannie Martini.
Thank
also
you.
known as a dirty vodka. And cheers. See you next time.
And happy birthday, Aunt Jeannie.
Happy birthday, Aunt Jeannie.